It is the most confusing and painful form of rejection a man can ever face. You're with a woman, and the connection is undeniable. It's not just physical attraction, it's a deep, soul-level resonance. She looks at you in a way that makes you feel like you're the only man in the world. All the signs are there. She is falling deeply in love with you. And then, just as you feel the relationship reaching its peak, she ignores you. The texts stop. The calls go unanswered. The warmth is replaced by an impenetrable wall of silence. Your mind cannot reconcile these two realities. How can someone who clearly feels so much act as if they feel nothing at all? You are left feeling betrayed, foolish, and completely heartbroken. You think to yourself, it was all a lie. But what if it wasn't? What if I told you that her silence wasn't a rejection of her love, but a terrifying, subconscious reaction to it? What if her distance is the ultimate, paradoxical proof of just how deeply you've impacted her soul? Today, we are exploring one of the most profound psychological paradoxes in dating. This isn't about games. This is about the anatomy of female fear, vulnerability, and the unconscious tests that precede true commitment. To understand this, you must first understand a fundamental truth. For many women, particularly those who have been hurt before, the feeling of falling deeply in love is perceived by the subconscious mind not just as a pleasure, but as a threat. Love requires a complete surrender of emotional control. It is the ultimate act of vulnerability. It's like handing someone the pin to a grenade you're holding against your own chest and trusting them not to pull it. When the feelings become too intense, too quickly, it can trigger a psychological overload circuit. Her ancient survival instincts, designed to protect her from catastrophic heartbreak, go into red alert. The brain screams, "Warning! Extreme vulnerability detected. Initiate protective protocols." Her ignoring you is that protocol in action. It's a desperate, subconscious attempt to regain control, to slow things down, and to protect herself from a level of potential pain that is directly proportional to the level of her love. This overload happens for three primary reasons. The first reason is a protective retreat. Imagine her heart is a fortress. Every past hurt, every betrayal, every disappointment has added another stone to its walls. The guards are always on high alert, and the memory of past sieges is long. Your connection with her wasn't a polite knock at the gate. It was a cannonball that blasted a hole right through the main wall. While one part of her is overjoyed to see you, the part of her that has spent years building those defenses is in absolute panic. Her internal monologue is a war. One voice says, "This is it. This is real. Let him in." But the louder, more scarred voice screams, "It's a trap. This feels too good to be true. The last time you felt this safe, you were destroyed. Pull back now before it's too late." So, she retreats. She ignores you to create distance, to prove to herself that she can still survive without you, to see if the fortress walls will hold. It's not a rejection of you. It's a test of her own survival instincts. The low-value man's mistake. He panics and tries to storm the castle. He bombards her with texts, demands reassurance, and tries to fix her fear. He becomes another source of pressure, proving to her that this connection is in fact overwhelming and dangerous. The high-value response. You recognize the battle is hers, not yours. You give her space, not as a punishment, but as a sign of your strength and respect. Your calm, stable presence from a distance is the only thing that will convince her guards to stand down. The second reason is a critical, often unconscious test of your masculine frame. Before a woman fully surrenders her heart, her subconscious needs to know if you are a worthy king, a man who is strong enough to handle the power of her feminine energy. The psychology. She is about to hand you her entire emotional world. Is your frame strong enough to hold it without crumbling? By going cold and silent, she is creating a storm and watching to see how you react. Will you become needy, anxious, and desperate? Will you crumble into a mess of insecurity? If you do, you fail the test. You prove you are not the rock she needs, but just another boy seeking her validation. Or will you remain calm, centered, and unmoved? Will you continue to focus on your mission, your purpose, your life, with the quiet confidence of a king who knows his own worth. If you do this, you pass the test spectacularly. You prove that your emotional stability comes from within, and you are therefore a safe harbor for her love. The low-value man's mistake. He makes her storm about him. He texts, "Are we okay? What did I do wrong?" He gets angry. He reveals that his entire sense of self is built on her approval, proving he is not a king but a court jester. The high-value response. You understand the test. You see her storm and you do not flinch. You give her the space she needs and you double down on your own purpose. Your confident inaction sends the loudest possible message. My kingdom stands with or without your presence, but I would be honored for you to be my queen. The third reason is the most practical. Falling in love is a life-altering event. Her world, which was a well-organized universe of me, is about to become us. This requires a massive mental and emotional reorganization. She needs to disconnect from the intoxicating energy of your interaction to think clearly. She needs a void of silence to ask herself the big questions. How does this man fit into my life's vision? How does this relationship affect my career, my friendships, my future? Her ignoring you is her turning inward. It's not a rejection of you, it's a necessary processing phase. She needs to be alone with her feelings to understand their true depth and their real-world implications. The low-value man's mistake. He can't handle the void. He sees her need for personal processing as a personal slight. He fills the silence with his own noise and insecurity, preventing her from ever getting the clarity she needs. The high-value response. You practice patient leadership. You have the wisdom to respect her process. You give her the gift of a pressure-free space while you continue to build your own life. You demonstrate that you are a man with his own solid foundation, not a man waiting to be someone else's project. So, you're facing the silence. You now understand it may not be rejection, but a profound, terrified reaction to love. Your every instinct is to chase. To do so is to fail every test. Your only move is the lighthouse strategy. A lighthouse does not chase ships. It does not panic in a storm. It stays firmly rooted to its foundation, shines its light consistently, and serves as a beacon of unwavering strength and stability. Step 1. Anchor yourself. Do not chase. Do not text. Do not call. You must give her the space she is subconsciously screaming for. Your silence will be the loudest, most confident message you can send. Step 2. Shine your light. Focus all of your energy back onto your mission, your work, your gym, your purpose. Your life is the source of your light. Post on social media not to get her attention, but because you are genuinely living a life of value. Step 3. Be the harbor. When she has navigated her inner storm and is ready to return, and if the love is real, she will, your response must be warm, calm, and without pressure. No interrogations, just a simple, "Hey, it's good to hear from you." You are the safe harbor, not another storm. So if she truly loves you, she will ignore you. We can now understand this sentence. It doesn't mean love is a game. It means that a love that is deep and real will trigger her deepest fears, and she may pull away to see if you are the man who is strong enough to handle it. Her silence is a cry for your stability. It is the ultimate test of your masculine core. It is her soul asking, "Are you the man who can handle the full force of my heart without breaking?" By becoming the lighthouse, you give her the only answer that matters. You prove with your actions that you are not a boy who needs her, but the king she can trust with her everything. And that is the foundation upon which true, lasting love is built. Now, I want to hear your story. Have you ever experienced this paradox? A powerful connection followed by a sudden withdrawal? Share your experience in the comments. You'll find you are not alone. If this video shed light on a confusing situation for you, do me a favor and smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dive psychology, and hit that notification bell. Be the lighthouse. I'll see you in the next one.